Hey everybody, welcome on into the Delmarva Sports Insider. I'm Sports Director Brandon Bossert.
What's up? It's your truly sports anchor Devin J. Martin. We got a lot to talk about tonight, but first we're going to do our little tease first, and then we're going to get some breaking news, Brandon.
Yeah, let's talk about the packed show we've got tonight. We'll go over this week in the Maryland Summer Premier League. What can Decatur do this coming season?
Yep, and big news regarding a few highly recruited local athletes, and we'll talk about NBA free agency. But first, before we get into this episode of DSI, we got to send things over to Rob Petrie for breaking news this evening in Salisbury.
At this time, we bring you breaking news. Salisbury police are investigating tonight after the body of a man was found near a dumpster. Salisbury police confirming to WMDT News that officers are investigating a death scene after the body of a man was found near a dumpster on the property of the Burger King located on South Salisbury Boulevard. Now, police did say that this is not being investigated as a homicide and that there are no suspicious circumstances. Now, details do remain limited at this time, but we will, of course, bring you the latest once more information is made available. And at this time, we're going to throw things back over to Brandon and Devin for DSI.
All right, thanks a lot, Rob. Tragic stuff there, but let's move back over to the sports world now here on Delmarva. We begin tonight with the Delmarva Shorebirds back in town. They need a win to break this losing skid.
Yeah.
They've gotten their 5th crack tonight at those Fredericksburg Nationals.
Losers are 4 in a row.
Yeah, so could they get off the schneid and get that win after that July 4th beatdown yesterday?
Yeah, well, I will say I was at both of those games yesterday and today, and they did put out a much better effort today. I will give the Shorebirds credit to that, but will that be enough to finally get a win against the Fred Nets?
I don't know. Let's cue those highlights.
Let's see. Now, this game was scoreless for the first 4 frames, and it would be Jared Beck getting him swinging to end the inning. It was definitely a pitcher's duel.
6'10" Jared Beck?
Yeah, he is definitely tall. I could see it from the front rows. Now, still a scoreless game, but Brandon, look at this play. 2 on, the ball is hit. He's tagged out at home. They try to flip the double play at first, but the ball comes in too late. But this game is not over. Brian Hernandez makes the throwback back to third.
My goodness.
And he's caught off bases, and you're not going anywhere.
How do you score that?
You're out of here. So Shorebirds do flip the double play in the most unconventional way. And just when you think the Shorebirds were done making wacky plays, and I check this out. Steven Acevedo singles on a line drive.
Okay.
Braylon Tavera is on second. The third base coach is telling him to stay on third. He goes for it anyway. What looks like a guaranteed out turns into something special. Tavera falls down, trips a third baseman. He's still in play. The throwing error helps Tavera score, and then Acevedo comes from around the rear, so he gets an inside the park home run off of that single. What was a single?
That's a Little League home run right there. That was fantastic. All right, Delmarva would get another run off this wild pitch here. My goodness, sloppy baseball tonight. Alfredo Velasquez comes home untouched. Shorebirds score once again. Unfortunately, Nats had no problem putting up runs of their own. They had 11 hits in this game, including 7 runs, handing the Shorebirds yet another loss. Shorebirds losing 7-4 tonight. But there are some promising young players on this team, like Aaron Estrada, and there are a couple of players down there in the Florida Complex League for the Orioles. Joshua Lorenzo is a third baseman, 17 years old. He's a promising player. Miguel Rodriguez, 18 years old, batting .327. Could see him up here at Delmarva soon, but right now they need a little bit of help.
Yeah, and you mentioned, though, one player that's been pretty good every time he's gotten to bat is Aaron Estrada, and he's already been named Player of the Month before, but I think he's been able to do it again.
Yes, so he was named Player of the Month for the month of June. Estrada hitting .356, scoring 20 runs in that month. The 19-year-old has been fantastic this season. He's got 8 home runs, 24 stolen bases, batting .297. Hey, even though he's 19 years old, could see him go up to Aberdeen here pretty soon. So he could be one of those Shorebirds prospects that are moving up in the eyes of the organization for the Orioles. Right now, he's not ranked amongst the MLB Pipeline's top 30, but that could change very soon.
So, yeah, Brandon, you've obviously seen the Shorebirds for many years. Does Estrada stand out to you? You think he's someone that can move up?
Look, we've seen some really good players for the Shorebirds recently. We're talking about Adley and Gunner and Jackson Holiday and Heston Kierstad. We've seen so many great players for the Orioles come up who are not just top 10 prospects. We're talking about #1 overall in baseball type prospects. So Aaron Estrada reminds me more of like a second or third tier prospect that the Orioles have had recently. Aaron Hernandez is a player that sticks out that's kind of like Aaron Estrada. So, good player, good season, but the Shorebirds need more help.
Yes, they do.
And we'll see if they get any more come draft time, which is coming up later this month, by the way. And now we turn our attention from baseball to the Supreme Summer League basketball down in Snow Hill. We're going to start with a matchup between Worcester County rivals. This could turn out to be a really fun matchup come the winter time.
Yeah, I mean, I've been here for a few years, and Pocomoke being involved in these matchups is definitely a new thing for me.
Pocomoke has had some great teams recently, and you haven't seen them yet.
Yeah, and now, but they've been really good in this summer league, and obviously Decatur, they've been good for the past 3 to 4 seasons, and this game would go down to the wire. It was a back-and-forth affair before David Chandler decided to take over, as he's been doing the past couple weeks. He obviously drills that 3. He got the layup to go earlier, and then finally on the other end, it's Pocomoke getting the shot they missed. But look at this, Brandon. On his head. None bigger than that slam in transition. Look out below. But even with Chandler's heroics, this game was still tied at 41 apiece with about 20 seconds left. Now, Aaron's had a chance to win this game, but they turned the ball over, and that leads to a shot on the other end, and that's 6'5" Tribe-Wise cleaning it up for the game winner. Bull on the Beach, they end up winning by 2, so Tribe-Wise gets the game winner. Obviously, David Chandler, Tribe-Wise, 2 players we're going to really see stand out on the hardwood in this coming fall and winter.
Yeah, that's the thing about Decatur this year. They're losing Bryson Coleman, but they got those 2 star players in
they were
Chandler
so deep
and
last year.
Tribe-Wise. So I think that they're still the favorites in that Bayside South. But will they have that depth to compete statewide like they went to the semifinals this past year?
Yeah, because as you mentioned, they lost Chandler and they also lost Kareem Bolden, but they still have Zachary Baker and then obviously David Chandler and Tribe-Wise. So when you have a big 3, you're still good enough to win a lot of games in the Bayside. Now we got to go over with Mardella and Y-High, JBC Construction and Loyalty. Now, Y-High's team jumped out to a big 13-point lead at halftime. Tayswan Swan, the one thing that he's needed to work on in his career is his jumper, and he drills that 3. So it looks like he's been definitely putting in some hours at the gym.
Definitely improved.
You see Tyson Hayward, I expect a lot from him this year. He's got a lot of size and a lot of athleticism for Y-High. He gets the layup, and he gets another layup. He's got an athleticism advantage on most of the players that he's going to go up against, and as long as he continues to attack the rim, he's going to be hard to stop. He had 9 points for Y-High in this game.
Mardella not finished. Jawan Tealman gets the offensive rebound, misses the 3, gets 3 points the old-fashioned way. Zaire Johnson just missing a 3. Confidence unwavering, though. Bang, puts it in. That time drills the 3 ball. He had 4 3-pointers in this one, but not enough as Y-High wins it convincingly. Got to give it up to Mardella. I think they have some talent to win a few more basketball games than we're used to in the past.
But obviously the team to watch for me is Y-High, just to see how they've fallen off a cliff from a couple seasons ago, but they're still able to be competitive, and now I expect more from them and be able to build on what they were able to do last year.
Definitely. All right, stay updated while we're at these games in real time. Follow WMDT Sports on Facebook and X right now. And now, right now, we are moving on to the Laurel Dogs against the Seaford Jays, a battle for Henlopen South bragging rights. Not sure how many bragging rights are out there during Summer League, but you know what?
Hey, each win matters.
Omari Nichols there making the tough layup. One of a few highlights for Seaford. Laurel's defense was fantastic. Jays couldn't buy a bucket in the opening frame. There's the Dogs on the other end going to the races. It's a Brian Ellie going coast to coast, laying that one home.
Yeah, the Dogs' defense was immaculate in this game. Every stop they got led to a fast break bucket on the end. So defense wins championships, and if they can get a lot of stops and they can rush out and get some layups like this, they're going to get easy buckets. And Ellie again making the shot over the tough defense. Who let the Dogs out? They couldn't be slowed down in transition. Jeremiah Hopkins hits this circus shot, but the Dogs, they end up winning big over the Jays, 35-22.
Yeah, the thing about Laurel that I love that I've seen so far in this summer league is they've been gritty, but they've also just been so locked in. You can tell that they're there to play, and they're excited to come and play. And that's something that's really fun to watch because enthusiasm and defensive play and effort can win you a lot of basketball basketball
a lot of
games
games,
at the
even
high
if you
school
have a
level.
talent disparity, that's the type of stuff that will keep you in a lot of games. And you get enough stops, you're going to get enough shots on the other end. And you just have to make them, and you can win those games.
That's right. That'll do it for the A block. We're calling our first time out. When we come back, a pair of nationally ranked athletes from our neck of the woods are competing for Team USA. That story and more coming up next on DSI.
Hi, I'm state champion Lindsay D'Ambrogi with Cape and Loven Girls Lacrosse, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.